Hello, I'm Jennie Rayment and this is the Easy Quilting 60-degree triangle ruler. This little ruler, when you unwrap it, will come with a small amount of instructions and how you can cut it out. As with all of the Easy Quilting templates, it does multi-sizes. It will give you on the template the strip size you need to cut out and indeed the finished height, or the size of the template. The height they are working out is from top to bottom. You can see it's indicated by the arrow. So you have a variety of sizes. There is also, in addition to the larger one, there is a mini version. The mini version is absolutely excellent and indeed is designed for jelly rolls. So if you've got a jelly roll, a design strip, or any of those 2.5-inch wide collections of fabrics, then this will fit an absolute treat. So there is the mini. They both work in the same way. Decide on the size of strip you're going to cut out, and just for ease I'm going to use the entire template, but I could use any of the different measurements. Cut a strip of fabric. Place the template on the fabric, aligning the flat edge of the template with one side of the fabric, and in my case the other end touches the other side of the material. Because I'm working with a 5.5-inch wide strip of fabric, it tells me how to cut it there. If I wanted to cut less, I could cut 4.5 inches, etc., all the way along. Cut up one side. Never cut towards yourself. Simply turn the fabric over, replace the template and cut again. So once you've made that cut, replace the template, make sure it's angled absolutely correctly and cut again. You can either, if you wish, turn the fabric over, or you can simply turn the template over, cut up the side here. So the choice is yours. If you were to cut 6 of them, 6 of these shapes could be put together to make a hexagon. So let me show you 6 together to make a hexagon. I have cut out 3 in the yellow and 3 in the stripy fabric. These can be arranged to make a hexagon. So if you alternate the colours, they literally can then be stitched together to make a hexagon. I personally would prefer to sew my hexagon together by sewing them together in sets of 2 and then joining those sets of 3 together with what's known as a Y seam. But if that bothered you, you actually could get away with this if you're a little careful by sewing the 3 together and the 3 together and putting the 2 halves together. Now if you join those 6, you would end up with a hexagon. There's no need though to cut your pieces from one solid bit of material. You could actually consider sewing strips together and cutting the shape out from, say, some strips that you've stitched together. You will then get a very different design. So just let me cut up here. And if you are going to cut it out from some strips, make sure that the lines on the template run parallel to the various strips. These pieces can then be stitched together and you'll get something completely different. And here we have some scraps where I cut out my 60-degree triangles. I had 2 strips and put them together and you've come up with that design. You could take the pieces and sew them together and make them into a mat. It could be used for a Christmas tree skirt. And if you look here, this is all made out of 60-degree triangles that are made up of 3 strips of fabric stitched together. If you wished, you can leave a hole in the centre for the Christmas tree to go in, or of course you could have filled it in with more of the 60-degree template shapes. And if you didn't want to make it into hexagons, there's no reason why you can't take 60-degree triangles and just use them either as bunting. They would make extremely good bunting, and just hang them on a string, a rope, or indeed you could put them together and arrange them as a quilt, alternating the blocks if you wished, and just sew them together as strips. So think possibly borders, think possibly bunting, think possibly hexagons. The 60-degree template will give you a lot of variety.